All right, today we're going to be talking about one of the craziest and most mysterious events in human history, the dancing plague of 1518.
I like to dance.
That was a good year.
I like I like to dance.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Paranormal Mind podcast. Hope you are doing well. We have a great podcast for you today. What's the smirks for? Good Lord, every time. I know I have an intro, you know, one of those things where like at the start of a podcast,
What's up, everybody?
What up, everybody?
It's your boy.
You know what? I just want to make fun of myself real quick because when I laugh, I sound
That's
like I
easy to
have
do.
emphysema.
Me too.
I mean, am I wrong?
Yeah, me and you both, we have that problem. Like Ray's got one of those silent laughs though. Like you'll look over and you'll be like, "Oh shit, he's laughing," but you know,
Sound
no,
like I
not a
smoked
lot
2
of
packs
noise.
cigarettes, and I'm just
See, hear it? You can hear the wheeze. You hear that? Okay, good Lord, man,
Okay.
it's been a long day so far. But if people don't know, like we try to record some of our podcasts in advance.
over at
So-
BJ's Billiards.
Yeah, so we'll record more than one. Some
Bro.
try to do like 4 or 5.
Yeah, we're over here banging them out.
Yep.
Earlier
Try
today,
to get it done.
a lady came. Now we're in downtown Macon. It's very early in the morning, and a lady comes by with a goat.
Like a baby goat.
Holding a
the
goat.
A
not,
kid.
not walking it. Holding the goat.
And that is not the weirdest thing you'll see
It
in
isn't.
Georgia.
Not in downtown Macon.
It isn't like
Yeah.
we're setting up to start recording, and here she comes, and we're like, really? This is what's happening?
And you know what's weird is like we looked at it and we're like, okay, but it didn't phase us as much as I thought it would.
Nothing does anymore.
We're just like,
because
oh,
it's
she's
always
got a goat.
something. Like we would quite literally, we're going to see aliens one day. They're just going to walk into our podcast setup and be like, hey,
We heard you want to get probed.
Yeah.
is there, is there a Ray Causey here?
Yeah, we were listening to the Paranormal Mind podcast and we're looking for a Mr. Causey.
You found him.
Yeah, you'd be raising your hand before they finish the sentence. That's so sad. It's so sad.
It's so sad.
So
Poor man.
yeah, so before we get into this podcast, I want to let everybody know that it was just announced recently that me and Ray will be at Scarefest this year. Do you have the dates for that? I kinda
October 20th through the 22nd.
20th through the 22nd. So it's going to be me, Ray Causey, and Amy Parks, the Team Denver.
Team Denver.
Yeah. So this is Ray's first public appearance, which if you don't know, he doesn't make a lot of appearances. So you need to go, if you want to meet him, you want to go and check it out and go to Scarefest. Or if you want to fuss at him, you can do that too.
Yeah. Come on.
He has a lot of haters. He's got, hey,
Come on, Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter is where the haters are. But no, you got a lot of supporters too. I think that the haters are louder.
Yeah.
Yeah, the supporters are there and all
That's how
that.
it always is.
Yeah.
Don't sweat it.
So it's a fun time. I was at Scarefest, a couple of years ago, and it was a record breaking year for them. I believe like 18,000 for the weekend. You get to see all kinds of really cool people.
Yeah.
Ted Ramey's there.
Yeah, they've already announced like Tom Savini's going to be there. A bunch of people from the Terrifier franchise is going to be there, which I'm super stoked about. But it's an awesome thing. I mean, it's not just paranormal; it's like horror and everything. I mean, it's
Kane Hodder will be there.
Yeah.
You know, he's there every year.
I went in the Power Rangers there one time.
yeah.
Yep, some really cool stuff. I think I'm not 100% sure, but I think Dave Schrader is going to be there.
Yeah.
So that'd be cool. He'll be there. He'll probably be moderating our panel if I had to guess.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people from The Walking Dead. It's going to be there, so that'd be cool.
Always.
So, yeah.
Yep.
So.
It's going to be a fun time. It's always a great event. It's not just going and meeting all of the people that you love, but they have extra curricular events. Like they have, I think they're trying to put together a ghost hunt. Some other really cool things after parties. I think they're going to do.
I think they're going to do like a bowling thing with some of us, and it's going to be pretty fun.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. Like I said, 2 years ago it was a really cool thing, and I know it's not going to be any different this year.
They've been doing Scarefest for a long time.
It's like 18 years or something like that.
Yeah. So what's the website? Scarefest Weekend.
Yeah, Scarefest Weekend. I think you can find them on social media. It's like the official Scarefest. Yeah, just Google Scarefest. It's in Kentucky. So just Google Scarefest Kentucky.
And the tickets are cheap. They're affordable.
They're very reasonable for.
I think for one day it's $60 or something. That's very affordable for all the people that you'll be able to meet.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a big venue. Like you're walking around, in one day you're probably not going to be able to meet everybody you want to meet.
Yeah, you have to dedicate like a day to meeting like horror icon. I mean, there's so many. Like, there's going to be so many scream queens there. I mean, it's going to be.
It's fun. It's a fun time. It's a fun time. So go and check that out. Real quick while we're plugging stuff, like next month, April 15th through the 17th, I believe, I'm going to be in Virginia City, Nevada at the Washoe Club. So a lot of people have that on their bucket list. They've seen it on Ghost Adventures, the Washoe Club. Virginia City is a magical place. I'm telling you, like it's one of my favorite places ever. It's like an old West town. You can walk up and down there, and it's just they got cool little shops and stuff like that. So I'll be there. And we're putting together some stuff that we will be announcing dates for pretty soon, where you can see Josh Purvis, Big Perv. You can see him.
Give
the
Dave
Big Perv.
the credit here of Big Perv.
No, that's your credit. That's to your credit.
He is determined. To make that stick.
No, you came up with Big Perv, which makes me worry even more.
It was a joke. Okay, somebody dared me to do it, and then I was like, I don't give a shit. Like, okay.
And then it backfired on you.
Now it's backfired. Now I removed it since, and now Dave is on it.
You can't remove it. Once it's on the internet, it's there forever.
Forever.
He wants it to happen. I mean, it's fine.
Well, to be fair, I mean, it fits.
True. My last name is Purvis, and I am big.
And you are a perv. Yeah. So anyway, let's get into this podcast and talk about it, okay? This is a really weird one, okay? I've never heard of it before. And we talk about all kinds of weird stuff. I never heard about this. So back in the day, people used to go nuts for all sorts of things, but the dancing plague was a whole other level of crazy. It all started in July 1518 in Strasbourg, a city in what is now France.
Here we go.
When a woman called...
Get ready.
Frau Trafar.
What is that? Frau Trafar. Frau Trafar.
Frau Trafar. Whatever.
Frau Trafar.
Let me spell it.
Frau Trafar.
Let's just call
Say
her.
it one more time.
Let's just call her FT.
Frau Trafar.
Frau. Okay. All right. Let me spell it for you.
You sound like
Oh, God.
I hate you guys.
from the mug. What's that? Hermaderb. Oh my God. Hermaderb.
I hate you guys so much. So
Frau
it's
Trafar.
Frau. Frau. How would you pronounce that?
Frau.
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 Okay. So Trophea. Okay.
Trafé.
Troffea.
Frau Trafé.
Listen. All right, children, listen. Troffea. How would you pronounce that?
What?
T as in Tom.
I know what the T is.
Ffea.
Trafé.
What?
Trafé.
Say it again. Wait a minute. You gotta do that.
What did he say?
Say it.
Frau Trafé.
It's not that easy.
Frau
Is it?
Trafé.
It's not that easy, is it?
Trafé.
God dang.
Frau Trafé.
Okay, so anyway, all right.
Yeah, you picked this story. Remember that?
Yes.
And you didn't practice these names at all.
No, hell no, I didn't.
I bet you looked in the mirror naked and was like, "Frosty."
Listen, are there? Did you put hidden cameras in my bathroom?
Oh yeah.
How'd you know?
20. This is 28
Okay.
Days Haunted, season 2
Remix.
Show me.
Redux. All right. So this woman, she started dancing in the street in July 1518. Okay.
Been there.
Okay. All right. So at first, people thought it was a bit of harmless fun, but soon enough, more and more people started to join in. Within a few days, dozens of people were dancing uncontrollably in the streets. And by the end of the month, hundreds of people had been affected. People were dancing for days on end, some even collapsing from exhaustion and dehydration,
It's awesome.
but still unable to stop moving. They couldn't control themselves. It was like some sort of mass hysteria or possession with people unable to control their own bodies.
I feel like this is one of the broken seals of the apocalypse or something.
This happens every time I hear I want to dance with somebody.
Oh, I want to. Yep, I know.
Every time.
Man,
This
You just
happened
can't
last
stop.
night.
I almost started dancing just now.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I get it in my bones.
You get what in your bones?
I'm glad you got it in your bones.
I feel it in my bones.
In my plums.
Oh, my God. Oh, hey,
I feel it in my plums.
the bluish hue.
Bluish, you
Oh, my
let the
God.
boy watch.
All right, people don't know what we're talking
He's
about.
bounding down. If you've never
He's
seen that
bounding
show.
down.
So
It's the
good.
blooper reel, and
Yeah.
it's with Will Ferrell and
Danny McBride.
Danny McBride, which is
Down and Down
hilarious.
is an amazing show.
And it is
Wow.
based off of someone who is from this area. His name was
Yeah.
John Rocker. He used to be the closer for the Braves. That's where he got the inspiration for the characters. So
Yeah,
it's amazing.
it's funny. So let's talk about some of the theories real quick about people dancing in the street. All right. So some theories suggested that it was caused by a type of fungus that grows on rye, which can cause hallucinations and convulsions.
I saw this in The Last of Us. That's what
Yep.
that's what happens.
Yeah.
Right?
Others think it was a kind of mass psychogenic illness brought on by stress and anxiety in a time of great social and economic turmoil. All right. Other people,
Oh,
so
shit.
we're doing the audio. So people listening to the audio, you're hearing like,
Weird ass, like
you're hearing
dead
noises.
space.
But if you're watching the video, like we're looking off to the
We're
front.
watching people come in the bar.
Yeah, they're starting to enter the bar, so we're like, okay, and it's making noise, but it is what it is. They're opening up. So, and some people think that the dancing and stuff was a form of possession or like hysteria. Something was going on that couldn't be controlled for whatever reason. So, what caused the bizarre event? Some people at the time thought it was a curse or a punishment from God, which, during that time.
Everything is a punishment.
Let me tell you something. If I had a mass hysteria event where I was out there dancing, it would be a punishment from God.
To watch it. Yeah.
It'd be a punishment for us. That's
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's for
you
sure.
would wonder what you did in your life.
Yep. But nowadays, scientists and historians have come up with some more reasonable explanations, like
Sure they have.
like the fungus on rye and stuff like that. Whatever the cause, the dancing plague of 1518 remains one of the most fascinating and mysterious events in human history, and is a testament to the strange and unpredictable nature of the human mind and body.
Yeah, I love it. Paranormal.
So next time you're feeling the urge to dance, just be glad you're not one of the poor souls of Strasbourg who couldn't stop.
Did anybody die from it?
Yes.
Yes.
So, I mean, it's weird. Like, we don't, whenever I was researching the story, you know what comes to mind? Pentecostal churches.
Oh, yeah.
I grew up in the Pentecostal church, and you see people jumping pews, running, doing laps, uncontrollable, they're doing laps around the
Sounds like
chapel.
dinner at my place.
Oh, yeah.
Doing laps around the chapel. Then they're convulsing and saying that the Holy Spirit
Or-
is.
I think it's fascinating.
Could this have been the first recorded flash mob?
Yeah, that's where my mind originally went to.
Are you that committed that you're gonna dance until you die? I don't know about that.
Maybe they didn't know how to do it right.
Yeah.
It is the first recording. Maybe it's trial and error.
They were waiting on somebody to say, and stop.
They've made adjustments to the process since.
And who were they flash mobbing to?
The other people in town.
There's no camera.
The others.
The other people, yeah, but if everybody's joining in, you're kind of like not performing for anybody.
I think it's mass hysteria.
We're still talking about it today. So who was the real winner?
Yep. Who really won out in this?
The people that not
Didn't
the people
die.
that died. Yeah, I mean, like I said,
What song did they dance to?
Shit, I don't.
It better be good.
I'm gonna dance to one song and one song only.
Oh my god. Maybe there wasn't a song. Maybe they just danced just to do it. Or what if they thought it was dancing and it was just people having seizures?
Right? That's what I'm thinking.
That is true.
What if like there was something in the air that was causing people to have seizures? Like, my God, everybody's dancing.
Let me get in.
My God, what have we done?
Let me twerk next to
or it could have been the rye, but it wasn't dancing, it was convulsions.
Yeah, if the rye was
because they were poisoned,
maybe.
Or they were poisoned, and they were convulsing and people were
just dying. They were dying of poisoning.
Yeah, they were like flopping fish.
Like,
Here's the theory. There was a portion of them that started that way, and then other people were like, "Man,
that's
those
cool
guys
as
got
shit."
Sick moves.
Yeah, hell yeah. Look at
Let's do it. They look like they're having a blast.
I need to get in on this.
I don't know. So, what are y'all's thoughts? I mean,
that's it.
Again,
they were literally dying. Like convulsing. Yeah, they were dying and people were like, damn, that's a dope ass dance move.
Well, just real quick, let's talk about it because we see a form of hysteria in the churches.
Right.
And even in some music circles, a lot of people think that music is like a spiritual experience, which I can agree to a degree. Like you see these these pits, like these mob, I'm
gonna tell you what, I've never been closer to God than when I got kicked in the face at a Parkway Drive show.
Yeah.
Be straight to heaven.
But these people go absolutely ape shit because of certain music and stuff, right?
Right.
So, I mean, is there a spiritual connection to this? Is there something where, this could have something that transcends our physical plane of
I mean, that's
an explanation of why this is the way it is.
Yeah.
Like our body's responding to something outside of our control that we just can't help. Our bodies can't handle it, and we just go crazy.
Get the feeling.
You get a fever.
Get the dance fever.
Look, in the South especially, like if anybody has ever been to a Pentecostal church, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
it. Like from the outside looking in, if you've never been to church and your first time is at a Pentecostal church, it is traumatizing.
Yeah.
It is traumatizing. You don't know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, because after like the 5th hour of doing all that, you're like...
And you know what ends up happening too? Like they're like, you feel compelled and pressured into having to join into this.
Oh, yeah, because like think about all the little kids that watch their parents and grandparents speak in tongues up there, and then they're like, and then they go up there and it's like,
well, have any of y'all heard of Benny Hinn?
Yeah.
All right, so he's a faith healer, a very popular one, and I went to one of his crusades in Atlanta.
No, you did.
Yeah, I did. It was when I was in high school, and this was when I was somewhat like religious, and I was like, look, I was seeing all these people have experiences, and I'm like, look, I want to experience something like this. I think it's cool. Like if God is like interacting with people like that, I want to be a part of that.
Yeah, that's cool.
So the whole sermon, it was a youth like conference thing. The whole sermon, he's talking very monotone, like God is going to be moving, and you're talking just like this. And even during that time, I started to catch on. I was like, son of a bitch, there's an art to this.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So he was like, if you want to touch from God, grab the person's hand beside you, right? So everybody you started holding hands, and he was like, raise your hands up. And the whole time he's talking just like this, very monotone. And you know how Benny Hinn talks, like, he's like, I'm talking like this.
Waiting to reach that climax.
God is going to to touch you right where you are.
Oh, he's going to touch me.
Stop, Ray. Be respectful. All right, so.
Listen, dude.
You had like this ridiculously. He's gonna.
Anytime you say touch,
Yeah, you.
touch me or touch
All right.
you.
Be respectful. So he was like, "You're going to get a touch from God." Okay. I don't know how else to say it. That's a lingo at the time. Okay.
Yeah,
continue. I know.
So
We're just stupid.
So basically, he's like, "Okay, so raise your hands up. Raise your hands up to the heavens and pray." He's like, "Close your eyes." So he does all this stuff, and he's still talking just like this. And he's like, so,
Sexy soul.
and then there's like this really like soothing music in the background, very like sentimental music.
Right.
And all of
Smooth
a sudden,
jazz.
like 2 minutes, two, that's not jazz. What the hell are you talking about?
Sounds like this.
No. So like, had to be 2 minutes go by, right?
Mm-hmm.
Next thing you know, our eyes are still closed and, everything. And he screams at the top of his lungs,
For those of you,
fire!
for
Like
those
that.
of you just tuning in, Shane's describing a Pentecostal church and not
Right.
some repressed memory.
No, yeah. So he screamed, no, they're listening to my story. You're the one not listening, you asshole.
not.
So
We got the attention span of a goldfish, my man.
he screams at the top of his lungs, fire! Like loud as shit.
Right.
So what happens? The people beside me jerk like this. They're like, oh shit. Well, a lot of people contribute that to, the fire of God just jolted me, it just got jolted. So people started falling back. Well, what happens when they're holding the hands of the person and you're off kilter because your hands are up?
Right.
So everybody's off balance.
You
So
all
whenever
fall
one
down.
person, everybody falls down. So
Yep.
it looks like a mass
Were
group of people falling at once, and I fell down too. But
I
it
was
was
about to
because
say,
it was
dude.
because I was pulled down. It wasn't like
Yeah.
something like like a touch from God
So
happened.
did everybody do this?
Everybody did because it was a domino effect.
Yeah.
So
and,
I
and
was
it's
like,
crazy because, like, I've heard other accounts where you actually get taught how to speak in tongues before you speak in tongues. They
Yeah,
tell you how to
I have
do it.
another story of that real quick. Let me tell you. Okay, so I was like, yeah, hell yeah, I want this to happen because at the
Hell
time,
yeah.
you're indoctrinated.
You're in it.
You're indoctrinated, and you want to be a part of like something bigger than yourself, right? So they take you to this back room. You go up the altar call. You walk up to the front, and they take you to a back room. And I swear to God, I'm not lying to you. There was this guy, heavy-set guy with like a bow tie. And he stands in front of me and he's like, okay, you want to receive the Holy Spirit? I was like, I was like, yes, sir, I think I do. And he's like, okay, all right, this is what you do. Close your eyes. So I closed my eyes. He's like, the first thing I want you to say is Hyundai. I was like, okay. So I said Hyundai.
Sonata.
And then he was like, next thing I want you to say is, I want a bow tie. I was like, I want a bow tie?
Are you sure he wasn't grooming you?
No. And then he was like, okay, now you said that. Now I want you to put those together. Hyundai, I want a bow tie. He's like, now I want you to repeat it.
Jesus.
No, I swear to God. He's like, I want you to repeat it over and over again. And after a few minutes, the Holy Spirit's going to just unloosen that tongue. And
What did he say?
all right, Ray, do not ever look at me like that again. I'm trying to be serious here.
Dang, dude.
I'm trying to be serious. Okay.
Okay.
Y'all are ruining this story.
We're not.
Okay?
we're
It's
not.
amazing.
Yes. Continue.
Listen,
Tell me how he loosened your tongue.
No.
This is the best story I've ever heard.
All right, I'm done. Never mind.
No, we gotta
All right.
finish it.
Let-
You
gotta
can't
tell
stop
us.
there. You
All right,
can't
so
stop
he's
there.
like, keep repeating Hyundai, I want a bow tie over and over again. So when you're saying it over and over again, and there was people next to me that they were standing in a line trying to say the same thing. So when people are saying it kind of quickly, Hyundai, I want a bow tie. Hyundai, I want a bow tie. It sounds
Hyundai,
like
I want a bow
It
tie.
sounds like the gibberish that you hear, like
Right.
all the stuff.
Yeah.
And a few minutes later, my tongue wasn't loosened, but he was like, the Holy Spirit's going, and then like they would like touch your forehead and pray and kind of push you. You feel the pressure, like they're wanting to push you back and say that it was the power of God doing it.
Yeah.
And it was the weirdest ass experience. I was like, after I saw that, and I was young at the time, I was like, there's some bullshit to this. This is not right. But at the time, you're so immersed, and you're so immersed in that, and you're kind of been indoctrinated into it. So you're not looking at all that stuff. You're just wanting the end result of, okay, I want to have an experience with
sad,
a higher power.
Yeah.
You know,
it's sad because people,
there's people who have authentic religious experiences, and I have no qualms against
I don't
religion
either.
whatsoever.
Different strokes for different folks, man.
But
For
like
sure.
stuff like that, where it's like, we're gonna teach you how to do it our way, so that you can continue our way, and
Let
you
me
can
brainwash
let
you
me
into
teach you.
having an
Let me
experience.
teach you how to have an experience.
Right.
It's not authentic.
and
Give me all this money,
and if you're not
Yeah.
if you're not branded with the Holy Spirit, then something's missing in your
Right.
life. That's what's wrong. I mean, I think people's journey, the whole thing with the searcher stuff is people's journey is their journey, but it's moving towards the search. That's what's important. It's not necessarily the destination either. It's the journey along the way.
And if you're on this journey with us, we will never try to loosen your tongue.
Never. Josh might, but no, we won't. Josh is over there like, you speak for yourself.
Never
buddy.
say never.
Never say never.
Josh he's visibly drooling right now.
I can assure you that I'm never going to be like, all right, let's loosen up that tongue.
No,
That's
Ray,
true.
you would be the first one I would think would say that.
No.
Honestly,
I'll
Yes.
loosen my own tongue.
Listen, we all realize that religious things are all like personal experiences and matter a lot to people. And I think all of us as individuals have our own, right? So
Yeah,
none
to
of this is to
different
knock any
degrees.
of that. I just kind of want to put that out there.
Oh no, we're not
But
knocking it at all.
At
It's just
some point, too, you got to be like, all right, clearly these people specifically are trying to pull one over on you.
or they're misguided. They may believe it so much to
Maybe.
where it's a
Right.
misguided thing.
And if you
And
do
they
drive
tried to misguide you as well.
if you are a Hyundai, you want a bow tie,
Convert over
more
to
power
Chevrolet.
to it.
It's-
go ahead. Yeah, we're fine.
my mom was one that she would speak in tongues and stuff.
I prefer Toyota, but
Yeah.
Oh God, here we go. This sacrilegious bullshit.
Ford
now.
guy right now.
yeah, Toyota.
No, but really, I mean, I realize there's plenty of Pentecostals out there. There's plenty of people that do speak in tongues.
Oh, yeah, for
And-
sure.
And
No, not
Know-
knocking them at all. I'm
know
just
what
telling
you
you
know.
my experience, and I could tell you it was weird as hell to me.
yeah.
So
So
did you leave that day being like, man, that was a surreal, like,
No,
this changed me?
I left disappointed
Yeah.
because
it didn't feel authentic.
well,
right?
no, it wasn't that. Like I thought that their way at that moment in time was right, and
Yeah.
because it wasn't flowing from me,
Thought
I
something
thought
was
something
wrong
was
with you.
wrong with me. I
Yeah.
thought that
That's even worse.
yeah,
Yeah,
so
that's-
I thought that I wasn't doing something correctly in my walk with God.
Yeah, that's
So-
even worse.
And I think in other podcasts maybe we can talk a little bit in depth about our spiritual journeys and
Oh,
like
yeah.
and like how like the deconstruction, like how it affected me. And Ray, I think I know you had probably some similar situations,
Yeah.
and like how it just it changes you. And
Yeah.
I think how we approach this with our children and approach this with the younger generation is highly important. And I think we need to pay attention to how we're approaching things with our kids and
Yeah.
with the younger generation, because it can affect them. I mean, hell, I'm 38 years old and I'm still dealing with repercussions of stuff like that.
I think the
So,
takeaway all three of us have, and talking about our own like religious stance is going to be a tough podcast. However, I think we can all agree that we're a teach, not preach kind of.
well, true. And I think a lot of people that are even listening or watching now can relate. I think
Yeah, for
a
sure.
lot of people are in different phases of a journey, and I think
Right.
that they could benefit from just listen. We can talk about it together. I mean, it's one of those things that we want to be real with y'all, and we want y'all to join in on conversations too. And I think the only way to do that is to be open and honest, and sometimes vulnerable in what we're talking about. So I think that could be an episode that'd be good. But anyway, your last thoughts. You think it's mass hysteria? You think it's the rye? You think
I want to
the
dance
fungus?
with somebody.
I think you need to loosen that tongue.
Yeah.
That's your thoughts?
Yeah.
No,
y'all are so insightful.
I think it was fungus mixed with hysteria.
I guarantee you, it was an illness, and then it became
illness. There we go. That's better.
I think
so. Nothing paranormal on this.
No, I think it was convulsions that they didn't. It was a misunderstanding of
a medical
emergency.
condition.
Yeah, and they were like, "Oh, everybody's dancing." No, everybody's fucking seizing up, and they're all dying in front of you.
Yep.
And the fungus with the rye stuff, if it causes like LSD type effects, then they're tripping. Sure. They're tripping balls.
Yeah. Overdosing.
They are literally tripping.
And I think I've seen or heard of another similar situation about mass hysteria with possession too, where like a whole town gets possessed and none of them are actually possessed. So it happens.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you for listening to this episode of The Paranormal Mind. Thank you all again so much for all that you do. And until the next episode, we'll
get your
talk to you
boogie
later.
on.
Keep your tongues loose.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. See ya.